What's up, yo? Big Cat 305 here. Today we're making chicken wings. That's right, chicken wings, one of my all-time favorites. Let me tell you, people always ask, so what's best to use to make them real nice and crispy? Is it baking powder? Is it cornstarch? Is it just regular old flour? Well, we're gonna try all three today and see which ones they are. So let's get right into the ingredients. Like I said, we're gonna do some baking powder right there on one, and then we're gonna do regular old cornstarch on the other, and then we're going to use some self-rising flour on the third. Keep it real simple just to see which one is the best. And to top it all off, we're going to use Uncle Steve's Spicier Shake, which is awesome. I've used it many times before. Uncle Steve is a friend of the show. He's a real cool guy. Check out his website, check out his link. All that information will be down below as well as right there. So everybody, let's get cooking. All right, so we are going to start off with our baking powder first, okay? And we are going to use, since I'm only cooking one chicken wing per covering, so I'm gonna start off with baking powder. We're gonna use 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Then we're gonna add our seasoning, which is Uncle Steve's Shake, Spicier. And then for the cornstarch, we are going to use a 1/2 tablespoon of cornstarch. And we're actually going to use a 1/2 tablespoon of flour, just like that. And then for our flour, we're going to use actually just 1 tablespoon of flour. Just like that. To recap, 1 tablespoon baking powder, 1/2 tablespoon of corn starch, plus another 1/2 tablespoon of regular flour, and then just the flour by itself. And then we're gonna add Uncle Steve's Shake to all three. And for that, I'm just gonna sprinkle it in because, you know. So for the baking powder, I'll go ahead and sprinkle in some Uncle Steve's Spicier. It's about, I call it a teaspoon. Same thing for the cornstarch and flour mixture. About a teaspoon, same thing. Finally, same thing for just the flour. Some Uncle Steve's Shake. And I'm really not going to be judging this on the spiciness of it. It's really about the crispiness, the texture, and the taste. If the taste is off, I'll definitely let you know. So for all three, we're just gonna combine the spices with the vessel, we'll call it. So this is the baking powder. See kind of what it looks like there? It's good. And then this is the 1/2 tablespoon of flour, 1/2 tablespoon of cornstarch. Mix that up real good, get those spices in there. And then finally, just the flour, 1 tablespoon of flour with the spices, Uncle Steve's Shake. Mix it nice and good. That's it. And then from there, we're gonna basically just lightly coat these. And when I say lightly coat, I mean liberally coat. I'm gonna shake off any excess, but I just want to get enough in there, so that's it. Once we get it in there, then we can kind of shake it around, move it around, get it all worked in and whatnot. Since I'm only dealing with 1 chicken wing, I really didn't want to waste a bunch of stuff. So that's kind of what it looks like. Then I'll move on to this one with the cornstarch, same thing. Wipe off the excess, but get it in all the good stuff, like so. And then finally, just the flour a light dusting, if you will. And there's that one. So that's it. Let's get out to the griddle. All right, here we go. So we are gonna crank up the Blackstone. We're only gonna use a very small part of the Blackstone, the left side. So I'm not gonna crank up the whole thing. Pretty much just the left, but I'll put the middle one on too, just to give it a little love in case it needs it to get hot. So you don't wanna cook this at super high temperature, and you don't wanna cook it in super low. You kinda wanna be right in the middle. I would say 400 degrees. So we're gonna put down some canola oil right here. I've got it tilted to the back left corner. Let's see if that works. It looks like it's working beautifully. Look at that. It is not going nowhere. That is exactly what you want. You want a little pool in this little corner right here. And that's what's gonna keep the oil from going down the drain. And we really don't need that much. This is called a pan fry chicken wing. Pan fry, shallow fry. So just to kind of show you what I did here, take you off this, bring you around so you can see. All I did was I had my regular grill mat that I use, and then I just put another mat underneath the back right wheel, just like that. And that allowed it to tilt and keep that pool right there where it's supposed to be. Simple trick. All right, so it's up to 375. Let's put them on. First wing is baking powder. Here we go. Oh yeah. Second wing, cornstarch. Third wing, just flour. All with Uncle Steve shake. Wow, look at the size of that sucker. I didn't realize how much bigger it was. These were big to begin with, but that's a giant. All right, so these are gonna take a little bit of time to cook. You wanna make sure you have one of these internal thermometer. These are vital, especially when you're cooking chicken. You wanna get it to at least 165 degrees internal temperature. Otherwise, it's not safe. Chicken wings are very forgivable. You could probably get up to like 175, 190, 185 around there, no problem. They'll still taste great. All right, so it got real hot real quick, so I'm turning it down. You do not want to burn them. As a matter of fact, let's turn them real quick just to make sure. Oh no, they look good. They won't take long, but you don't want to get the outside black and then the inside is raw, so you kind of want to control the temperature. I have to be very careful not to forget which one's which. Baking powder, cornstarch, regular, just flour. All right. I'll know the regular one because that thing is a giant. And the smallest is the cornstarch, so there you go. I won't forget now. Another trick to do is to cover them, actually, like so. That will help keep the temperature inside, almost like an oven, and cook them through into the middle. I would not recommend steaming though, because then it's going to kind of create too much moisture and they're not going to be crispy. All right, let's check them out. It's been about 10 minutes total time so far. Oh yeah, looking good. Looking good. All right, these are done. I'm gonna go pull them. Hoo-wee! All right, we are done. They look good. All three of them actually look pretty much the same. It's really hard to tell any difference. I think the middle one might have a little edge on the color, and that's the cornstarch one. But for the most part, all three of them look pretty good to me. I don't know. Let's give them a shot. I'm going to try I think I'm gonna start with just the flour, which is the self-rising flour. And here's a little close-up of that one. So you can see all the way around, it's pretty good. This is the giant wing, I don't know. Again, I'm not really testing for flavor, it's more about the crispiness and the texture, and if there's anything off with the taste, but I know Uncle Steve's shake is gonna be awesome, so let's see. All right, here we go. Let me get that crispy skin. All right. That's definitely crunchy. No question about it. Tastes good. Tastes real good. One more bite. All right. So skin, it's crispy on that one. Tastes very oily, but nothing out of the ordinary. All right, second one is the cornstarch. Give you a close up of this one. This one, like I said, I think came out with the best color. Browned up nicely all the way around. This looks really good. So let's give this one a shot. I like to take out the little bone first, like that. And then I take a big old chunk. Look at that, that looks pretty good. All right. Much more crispy than the flour. That is good. Big difference. Yeah, I like that one a lot. That was good. All right, last one. This is the baking powder. Give you a little close up. Looks good, nice and brown. The giant wing. Let me take out the little bone. Give it a nice taste test on the crisp. Interesting. It's crispy. Tastes lighter than the regular flour. So good. All right, let me break it down. So the baking powder tasted crispy, just as crispy as the flour, about the same, but light and fluffy, not as heavy and oily as the flour one. The cornstarch was the crispiest by far, and it was not oily. It tasted awesome. I'm going with the cornstarch. That's my favorite. That's my new go-to. Everybody, thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting, and we'll keep on cooking. Big Cat out.